I've gone through the fire, and I've been through the flood. I've been broken into pieces, seen lightning flashing from above. But through it all, I remember that He loves me and He cares, and He'll never put more on me than I can bear. Good morning, welcome back to your spiritual sports segment on Rima Gospel Radio. Better than when you heard it yesterday. I'm CJ. Here we go. The Western Conference Finals was back in action last night in the National Basketball Association in a closeout Game 6 as the San Antonio Spurs were looking to go back to the Riverwalk one last time this season as they battled the Oklahoma City Thunder in OKC, and the Spurs came out running and gunning and was able to get up to an 18-point lead, but the Thunder kept chipping, and with each chip, the OKC fans grew louder and louder as Kevin Durant went on a tear and lit up the scoreboard with 34 points and 14 glass-grabbing rebounds as the Thunder outlasted the Spurs 107-99 and advanced to their first NBA Finals, and only the fourth team not named the Lakers, Spurs, and Mavericks in the past 14 seasons to come out the West. While the Thunder closed out the Spurs in the Western Conference Finals, the LA Kings could not do the same against the New Jersey Devils at the Staples Center in Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals and lost 3-1 as Patrick Elias, Adam Henrik, and Ilya Kovalchuk each scored a goal. The ladies in hoops basketball had one game that tipped off last night as the Seattle Storm was demolished by the Minnesota Lynx 79-55 as Taj McWilliams Franklin netted 17 points, and the Lynx are just one win away from tying the record set by the LA Sparks in 2001 for most victories to start the season. The American League was rounding the bases in Major League Baseball as the New York Yankees knocked off the Tampa Bay Rays 4-1 as Robinson Cano belted a homer. The Cleveland Indians got past the Detroit Tigers 9-6. The Baltimore Orioles eked out a 1-1 win against the Boston Red Sox 2-1, while the Toronto Blue Jays shut out the Chicago White Sox 4-0. The Minnesota Twins defeated the Kansas City Royals 4-2. The Seattle Mariners handled the LA Angels 8-6, and the Texas Rangers were shut out by the Oakland A's 2-0. In sporting news, boxing legend Joe Frazier will have his gym in Philadelphia listed on America's 11 most endangered historic places, announced by the National Trust for Historic Preservation on Wednesday. Currently, the converted warehouse space contains a discount furniture store along with 2 floors of vacant space. Students at Temple University are taking steps to ensure the gym is designated at the local level and will submit a nomination to the Philadelphia Register of Historic Places to protect the building from major renovations and demolition. For your NBA quick dribbles, with his team facing playoff elimination, Miami Heat coach Eric Spoelstra said Wednesday he might consider starting Chris Bosh for Game 6 against the Boston Celtics, but definitely Bosh will play a greater role. Bolton Celtics center Greg Stemsma and Lance Thomas of the New Orleans Hornets have been added to the select teams of young players that will train against the U.S. men's Olympic basketball team. And finally, the Orlando Magic have their eyes on Tom Penn, who served as an executive in the front office of the Portland Trail Blazers and the Memphis Grizzlies. For your London Summer Olympic news, Olympic champions Michael Johnson, Dan O'Brien, and Babe Didrikson will be among the 24 athletes inducted into the Hall of Fame later this year. 7 U.S. wrestlers, including 4 who already have qualified for this summer's games, will take on the Russians tonight in the second Grapple in the Apple. World champion Caster Semenya made South Africa's initial team for the London Olympics, but double amputee sprinter Oscar Pistorius still hasn't run fast enough to earn a chance to make history at the games. Serbian rower Nemanja Nisic died Wednesday during a training session, a senior official with the country's rowing federation said, and was only 24. And finally, foreign-born track athletes competing for Britain at the London Olympics are learning the words to God Save the Queen to silence critics questioning the loyalty of athletes who previously represented other countries. To have your company sponsor a sports segment, please email me at cj@cjsports.com for more information. To get your archives of your spiritual sports segment, log on to my brand new blog site, cjsports.com, and be sure to give me that follow on Twitter at cjsports. And stay tuned for more updates in your next spiritual sports segment, where we sprinkle a little spirituality in your sports. I'm CJ. Be blessed and keep smiling, because God has something special in store for you.